The only reason why I didn't do a Q&A for so long is that I didn't think anybody would be interested to know what fruit is my favorite. But turns out some of you weirdos are, so here we go. Welcome to my very first Q&A. I'm going to be spilling the tea while having coffee because I like it more, also because my sleep-deprived brain could really use some caffeine. So let's begin, shall we? Question number 1. Do you miss school? Definitely not. I do not miss school. I'm so glad to be done with it. Last month, I went there to collect my certificates and I couldn't wait to get out of there. And I remember seeing the students there and feeling sorry for them because I felt like they were trapped and stuck there, although they might not be. But that's just how my brain responded to seeing people in that uniform. But having said all of that, I definitely do miss having a regularized and structured way of life. You know, waking up every day and knowing exactly what your day is going to be like. My life is definitely lacking that right now, but I think it will be over once I get into college. Also, I obviously miss getting to see my friends every day. The best part about school, am I right, ladies? And I don't know if I'll get that in college. Just a matter of time before we find out. Question number 2. Who is your celebrity crush? I think I'll have to say Alex Turner. If you didn't think my celebrity crush would be the lead singer from a British boy band, then do you even know me? Dig a little deeper, stalk a little harder. Next question. Okay, I'll just keep this with me. What is your favorite quote? For the longest time, I did not have a favorite quote or a quote that I would live my life by. But like the other day, I was panicking about college and feeling anxious. And I was scrolling through Instagram like one does when we have to avoid our problems. And someone had put up a story of this quote by Rumi that said, "What you seek is seeking you." And that just hit me right here. I don't know, it was just something that I really needed to hear at that moment. And I immediately tore a piece of printer paper, wrote it down using sketch pens, and I stuck it up on my cupboard. It's still up there. And I guess it is a quote that is really close to me right now. What song best describes your life right now? Interesting question. I don't know if it describes my life or not, but since like the past couple of months, I've been listening to Apocalypse Dreams by Tame Impala non-stop. It just hits too close to home. I would insert a segment of it if I didn't have copyright issues, but like, I mean, I don't know what was going on in that person's mind when he wrote that song. Everything is changing and there's nothing I can do. My world is turning pages while I'm just sitting here. Am I getting closer? Will I ever get there? What have you done, Kevin? How are you feeling about yourself after boards and entrances have been done? So I think for the longest time after I was done with entrances and everything, I felt relieved and I felt really free. And I felt like this is a time of my life. I'm never going to be so young and so free again. I need to make the best use of it. And I made so many videos at that time. I went out, I had fun, I reconnected with friends. But unfortunately, that only lasted for a little while. I think by the end of August, this crippling fear that where am I going to be for the next 3 years of my life hit me like a bus, and I'm still recovering. I got a bunch of questions about study tips and study related things because apparently that has become the niche of my channel very unintentionally. And I don't think I have anything for you right now because I don't want to turn this into a boring ass study related video. But a few days back, I uploaded this video that I made with my friend Anandita where we talked about how we prepared for boards and for our CUET exams. And that has many of our pro tips. If you want to watch that, you can. I'll link it in the description. There are also timestamps available in that video, so you can only watch the parts that you're interested in. Things that you're doing these days, other than staring at the wall, binge watching shows, sleeping, etc. Girl, you pretty much mentioned all that I've been doing. But like, if I find the energy to get out of bed, I occasionally film and edit a video like I'm doing right now. And I've been spending a lot of time with my parents. I just sit and talk to them every day, because I get very emotional every time I think about having to leave them. And other than that, I've been doing all these silly Zoya things, like you might imagine. Like I learned how to make stickers and I never stopped ever since. Actually, wait a second. Hold up. I painted this poster color box in a beautiful red hearts on a white background print, and I'm so in love. And I made a little strawberry using air dry clay, and I'm thinking to stick it up here. Isn't that cute? And I store all my handmade stickers in this box. That's a sticker. That's a sticker with the word sticker written on it. And here are all my stickers. I'll show you my favorite ones. How cute is that? Isn't this the cutest thing that you've ever seen? Aw. Yes, okay, I'm not going to bore you by showing you all of this. Don't click off the video yet. I also made this fried egg using air dry clay. I don't know why, but I'm thinking to attach a magnet at the back of it, then I can put it up on my fridge. And I also made a clay palette, which is totally non-functional, but I love it anyway. I have just one more thing to show you that I'm very excited about, and then we can resume the video. Are you ready? In today's episode of Zoya Learns New Grandma Hobbies, I made this tote bag. I made it by myself from scratch. There was a bunch of old curtain fabric lying around my house, and I made a tote bag using it on my mother's sewing machine that's like 25 years old. I'm so excited to use this. I'm so excited to take it out. I've not done it yet. My parents bought a very pretty snowflake button for it. I can't find it right now, but I'll insert a clip if I do. I love this. I'm so proud of it, and I love myself for making this. And other than that, obviously, I've been painting every now and then. I got this new sketchbook as a gift on my birthday, and I've been filling it up. Anyone who knows me knows that painting really calms me down. So here's a little flip through of my new sketchbook. I got many questions about the universities that I'm targeting, the course that I'm planning to pursue, my CUET scores, my dream college, etc., etc. The list goes on. And I will tell you about all of that, but just not yet. I'm currently waiting for the final CUET results right now. And after that, once the counseling process is done and I've taken admissions and the admissions are final, I will reveal all of that. So have patience, wait for a couple more weeks. I'm waiting as well. After all, where's the fun without a little suspense, right? Okay, Antonio of the Merchant of Venice or Antonio of the Tempest. The only thing I remember about Antonio of the Merchant of Venice is that he was melancholic, courtesy to the 100,000 memes that are made about it every day. But Antonio from the Tempest was definitely evil, so we're not picking him. Although I have no idea why I have to pick any in the first place, but things you do for your subscribers. One thing that makes your everyday interesting or makes you love life a little more. So I thought a lot about this question, and I was trying to come up with a poetic answer like, it's the little things that makes me want to love life, the first sip of coffee in the morning and the taste of my mother's biryani. But ultimately, that all sounded a little pretentious. And when I thought about it, it's human beings that make me want to love life. As cheesy as that sounds, but like sometimes when I'm in a slump and I lay in bed all day, I don't talk to anybody, I cut off from all my friends. It's the time when I feel really gross and life just seems really depressing. But then I go out and meet my friends or talk to my friends and share the details of my life, take updates of their lives, and everything just starts feeling a lot more happier and everything just starts falling into place. And I'm like, this is the point of life, sharing the little moments of your life with the people that you love. So maybe it's not the perfect answer, but I think spending time with my loved ones is what makes me love life. I got a couple of questions about how to be more fluent in English, and although that might require a separate video, I just want to say that, trust me, I was in your place a few years back. I wanted to be good in English so bad because growing up I had been fed this idea that if you can speak fluent English, then you deserve my respect. And yes, English is a pretty elitist language in India, thanks to 200 years of British colonialism. But at the end of the day, it's important to remember that it's just another language and not a measure of your intelligence, which is sometimes difficult for people to comprehend. And having cleared that up, I will say that to be fluent in English, just like to be fluent in any other language, you need to put in a lot of effort. And I think I might have some tips, but that will drag this video too much, so maybe I'll make a whole new video about it. But for right now, I'll just say that if you think of a sentence in your mother tongue or in your first language and you can immediately translate it to English in your head, then you're doing good. If not, then you need to work a little more on it. Read English books for vocabulary, watch English shows to learn how to speak, and simply practice. Talk to yourself, talk to a camera, talk to the mirror. Just make sure nobody is around or they'll judge you for being weird. And as long as you're doing this for like 2-3 months, you'll be good. How was Delhi? Honestly, I have a love-hate relationship with that city. On one hand, I love the diversity, the culture, the history, the monuments, the places. On the other hand, I hate the weather, the extremities of the weather, the pollution, the skies, the rush. The fact that nobody gives a shit about anybody in that city is kind of liberating, but also kind of sad. I mean, you could be wearing a lehenga or a gown at a metro station and nobody would look at you twice. But I also feel like people find it a little difficult to empathize with other people. I know that visiting Delhi is a lot different from living in Delhi, but like I stayed there for about 1.5 months and I still have mixed feelings about it. I can't form a proper opinion about it. My parents brought me cut up fruit. Who else is ever going to do this for me? How much of your online personality lines up with your real life one? Very interesting question. So, you know how there's this version of ourselves that we choose to present in front of different people? Like there's a different version that we have for our friends and a different one that we have for our family. Similarly, there's this version of me that I choose to present up on the internet, and it is not all to me, but it is not necessarily unauthentic. I mean, there are parts of me that only my friends know and parts of me that only my family knows. But what I choose to put up here online is still me. I read this quote online that said, "Every me is still me. I'm the mask and I'm the wearer." And I guess that applies here too. What is the best and most frustrating part about being a YouTuber? Another interesting question. You're on a roll. So the best part about being a YouTuber is that, oh my God, did I just call myself a YouTuber? That's the first time I said it out loud. I'm a YouTuber. Hi, I'm a YouTuber. I'm a YouTuber. What do you do? I'm sorry, never saying that again. The best part about making videos on YouTube is that I get to have this platform where what I say and what I speak matters, and people actually want to listen to me for some reason or the other. And it's beautiful. Also, I get to build this community of people that relate to me and that I can relate to. And it's just amazing how so many people can connect over here. Basically, what I'm trying to say is the best part about YouTube is you guys. The fact that I got to know you guys and connect to you and you got to relate with me. It's beautiful. And the most frustrating part about being a YouTuber is the fact that anybody with an internet connection has an access to my life, which is very scary if you think about it. I mean, I'm a pretty private person. If you ask my friends, I don't like putting my life on a display very often, which sounds very controversial coming from a person who makes videos about literally every little thing of her life. But it's just scary to me that anybody can watch my videos and build this notion about me without having met me in person. Also, the internet can be a really scary place sometimes. I'm scared of being stalked. There are cyber crimes to be worried about. What a beautiful world we live in, right? How much does equipment matter in creating better content? So if you're just starting out with YouTube, you definitely do not need to invest in any kind of equipment at all. If you simply have a phone with a working camera, it's more than enough, trust me. That's how I started out. But I have realized that the better the quality of your videos are, the more people are going to be interested in watching your videos. The first video of mine that kind of went viral, I suppose, was one of the earliest videos that I made using my new phone, which had a better quality camera, obviously. And that got me many subscribers, that got my channel monetized. And recently, I got a mic, as you can see. And before getting a mic, I did not realize how big of a difference it can make to your videos. I mean, I can record videos with the freaking fan on. Do you realize how much I struggled with this for 2 years? I would be sweating, I would be having an ice pack near me, and the fans would be off because I couldn't record videos because it would make too much of a background noise. But this little thing simply cancels all of it out. It's beautiful. So equipment does definitely make your video quality better. And if you are privileged enough to invest in equipment, then well and good. But if you cannot afford it right now, doesn't matter that much for starting out, trust me. Hi, it's me editing the next day, and I'm really sorry to interrupt your viewing experience like this, But I just wanted to quickly come here and say that I realize that I'm incredibly privileged to have access to all of these equipments. And I feel like I never say this, but I'm really, really grateful to my brother who basically finances all of these things for me, be it my phone or laptop or tripod or mic. He bought me all of this, and yes, he's literally the best. Also, I'm really, really lucky that my family is supportive of my YouTube channel. I mean, it might not be a big deal, but I know people who wanted to start content creation, but they couldn't because their families wouldn't let them. So yes, I'm just really grateful for all of this, and that's all I wanted to say. Now back to the video. What do you like the most about yourself? That's such a nice question, but I have to admit, when I first saw it, my immediate instinct was, I'm never going to include that in the video. I mean, how can I confess to liking something about myself? That's crazy. Thank you, years of self-hatred. But then I thought about it, and I'm only halfway through my self-love journey, but I am going to answer this question. So if you're talking about looks, I think I really like my eyelashes. I really like how long they are. That's what she said. And I think they make my eyes look really pretty. I also like the dimple that I get on my left cheek when I smile. Okay, that is peak self-love moment. Let's move on. If I'm talking about the rest of my personality, then I think I'll say that I think I really like how much hard work I put into doing something if I commit to it, and how passionate I am about making things, making a video or making a painting or making whatever it is that I'm making for myself or for anybody else. And I don't know, it's something to be proud of. It's something to like yourself for, I guess. That's the only answer that I have right now. So the sun is about to set and my throat hurts from speaking for so long. So I'll try to keep the rest of my answers a little shorter. What are the future videos that we're going to see on this channel? I have many new and interesting ideas for this channel, so please stick around if you can. Will you stay in a hostel if you get in? I will. I have heard that hostel life is very interesting and I want to experience that for myself. Also, my family thinks it is the safest option. When is the Grow Up Project episode 2 coming? Soon. That is too short. Okay, I have planned the episode 2 of the Grow Up Project in my head. I just need to turn it into reality. Sometimes I just forget words, I'm sorry. What aesthetic do you love? Honestly, it keeps changing every week. One week I'll be full into cottagecore. Next week I'll be into retro. Next week I'll read The Secret History and be fully devoted to the Dark Academia aesthetic. But I think I've always liked the pastel aesthetic. I really love the pastel colors and I love the pastel aesthetic. That's all I have to say. What's your hometown? I live in this pretty little town called Bhagalpur in Bihar. I have lived here all my life and I have loved it. And honestly, I'm a little scared to move out. What kind of books do you like to read? Thriller or romantic or spiritual? I'll tell you the kind of books that I don't like to read, which are self-help books. Can't get through a page of them. If I see another person posting a picture of their coffee and the subtle art of not giving up, I will literally lose it. Other than that, I only read fiction books, especially after that one man told me that fiction books are only fabricated lies and you don't get anything out of them. What is your biggest fear? Losing the people that I love. Rom-com or mysterious? Rom-com. Do you have a boyfriend? Hi mom, how is it going? How tall are you? I think I'm 5'4". I'm not really sure though. An embarrassing moment of your life. Trust me, there are a lot of embarrassing stories about my life, and if I start telling you about it, it will turn into a therapy session because most of it is associated to a lot of childhood trauma, so we'll skip that for now. Was 11th harder than 12th? I specifically told you guys to ask interesting questions and that's what you could come up with. I'm a little disappointed and hurt. You could have asked something about me and I would have told you. Don't you want to know a little more about your favorite YouTuber? I really hope the favorite YouTuber part was at least true for one of you though. But to answer your question, I don't know about hard or easy, but I like the syllabus of class 12th more than that of class 11th. Will you try for UPSC? No, I will not. Also, which one of my relatives are you? It would be really helpful if you used your real account. You know, I'm kidding, I'm sorry. How to manage coaching and school together? Quit coaching, drop out of school. That was a joke, I'm sorry. Don't drop out of school, kids. Finish your education. If you're really struggling to manage your tuitions and your school together, you will have to compromise a little with your sleep. That's the price you pay. Also, say goodbye to your social life. I'm sorry, there's no easy way out here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have officially reached the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed getting to know me a little better. These are all the questions that I had picked out to answer. If I didn't pick your question, then I'm really sorry. I'm sure you're great. Thank you so much for watching this video and liking it and commenting. And I hope you have already subscribed to the channel because I love all my subscribers an unhealthy amount. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, because otherwise I hate you. Q&As are really fun though, aren't they? They make me feel like the center of the universe, which is precisely my entire brand. So now that I have started, I might do one of these again. So feel free to leave any more of your questions in the comments down below. And I will see you again in another video. Bye!